Good morning, Brioni. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sandy Kling. Howdy, Mac. Hi, Valerie. Hello, Miss Edie. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Laveda. Hi, Christine. I doubt it, Christine. I doubt it. That's a big negatory. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Tina. Y'all, I just got out the shower. I walked outside in the backyard for a minute, and look how dry my hair is already. It's hot. It's hot, 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 hotsy totsy, hotsy totsy. How are we? Hi, Facebook. Good to see y'all. Sorry for the abrupt ending yesterday, but I had no control over that. Thank you, Laveda. I appreciate you so very much. Hey, Shannon. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, me and the YouTube gang were just chatting away, and all of a sudden Sue's like, "Hey, by the way, you're no longer on the book." I'm like, "Oh, go figure." Hi, Leslie from Alabama. I doubt it too. So now you guys know why I had that combo with you yesterday about if I ever leave, if the stream is just like kind of, you can sit there for a minute because it could just be like, funky connection. But if I don't come back, it's because I've been booted. But if you go over to YouTube, I'll still be there just doing the thing. Hi, Helen. So, we'd be good. Yay. I did download. Thank you very much. I seen that. Thank you very much. Yes, I seen that, a few of you have started using Fetch, and I'm super excited, y'all. I can't wait to get my Amazon gift card. Like I said, it's free points, so why not? Free money, not even points. So, am I blind or am I reading right? No, you're reading right. You're reading right. I know. We are like, I don't know, 28 subscribers away on the YouTubers from 1K. So, do you use Racket? I used to use that a long time ago. But honestly, I have benefited more from Fetch and Upside quicker than I ever did on Rakuten. And it was something else before it changed to Rakuten. And that's how long ago I used it, is when it was whatever it was before that. Yeah, so 28. Hi, Angela. So if you have not gone over, hi, my Ashley. If you have not gone over and subscribed to YouTube, even if you don't like YouTube as much as you like the book, please go over there, because we are almost at 1K. I'm only 28 away, and I am planning a humongous happy mail celebration for the 1K for everybody. Oh wow, I do good on there, but I use Fitch. What's Fitch? But yeah, so we're going to have a big old party whenever I do hit it. So yeah, we're only 28 away. So if you want to be part of that celebration, head over there and subscribe, and then you'll be included, because I'm going to do it for everybody who's over there. Oh, Fetch. Yeah, Fetch. Yeah, I've benefited from Fetch way more than I ever did. What was Rakuten before? I can't even remember. Do you see them in the chat or only on Terry's video? So YouTube is just under your name. Yes, Janet, it's just under my name. Hi, Janet. It's same thing as my my Facebook. It's just Terry Lightsey. So, and the link is on my page, and then I don't know if I put it in my description, but it's on my page. It's in my about area. So, and it's on my page like my last post, because since I disappeared yesterday, very abruptly, which was very odd. I know everybody was like, "What the heck?" Yeah, that's why. Oh, there's Sue. She just put the link in for YouTube. But yeah, I will do a big celebration like I did for the book when I hit 2K. I will do a celebration for the YouTube. So yesterday when I was talking to just the YouTube folks and then noticed that the Facebook folks were gone, we had put the fabric tissue. We wrapped it around the front and the sides. It didn't fit all the way around. Hi, Miss Kathy. It didn't fit. Hi, Sandra. It didn't fit all the way around, so I was putting the other piece on the back, and then I stopped because I did lose y'all on the book, and so I said, okay, we'll go ahead and stop. But this just in, ta-da! So it's not ruined. There's no plastic, but we do need to finish it up. So we will hit this one really quickly because it's sitting on my desk. But then we'll hello, Miss Edie, the other Miss Edie. Thanks, Janet. Thanks, Shannon. So then we'll come back to this because I guess I got a supervisor today. Now you only need 27. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate you so very much. Hi, Cindy Truitt. Thank you. Hey, Trish. You know what was really funny? I will tell you. It didn't want to come off. So I had to actually pull the plastic taut and rub while I was pulling it taut to almost get the transfer to come away from the plastic, and then push it down simultaneously. I thought I was just going to pull the whole thing up and then just go get another one and redo it and act like, look guys, look what I did. But no, it came up. I came off. All right, let's get my desk on the screen. Can I help you? Can I help you? I know. He's my seriously co-host. Thank you. I did. So it was really weird because you guys know how I am about, I always say, like, don't pull things taut, especially when it's on rice paper. You don't want to pull it taut. But I actually had to pull it taut, like really pull on it, and then rub at the same time to get the transfer to release onto the pleather. So I think it was just a combination of the paint and everything else that was under it, and then putting it on a little bit too soon. So anyways, so this is I don't remember. Is it Blue Vine? No, Blue Vine is the transfer. I don't know which tissue this is, but this is the one that's reversible. So I feel like I didn't have it like this yesterday. I had it like this, right? Yeah, because I remember that was over there. And then what I was talking about before we all got cut off was I was going to go ahead and put it on a little bit like crooked, not that anybody could tell, because I wanted to get these 4 on there. See, you're not going to tell that it's crooked. So I heard you say once that you are in California. Do you mind if I ask where? Hi, Sue. I'm in Northern California in the Central Valley. So I'm 45 minutes south of Sacramento. Where are you? Hi, Sandy Cooper. Okay, I like and prefer to use the 3D gloss gel. So we're going to do it the same way we did yesterday. I'm just going to use my little silicone, and I am going to use the back of my squeegee so that I don't get the felt wet. Wait a minute. This way, Terry. You got to go crooked this way, not crooked the other way. Right? But not too low. All right. I think we're going to go about there. About there. We're one day closer, y'all. One day closer to Friday. It would be Friday. Yesterday, I made the steak kebabs. So I had steak, zucchini, red peppers, and yellow peppers on the kebabs. Y'all, you guys should have seen the sticks, though. Honestly, so, you know, I am not exaggerating. The kebab stick is probably as big as this branch here and about as long as this organizer. I was cracking up. So you guys know I order my groceries, and the sticks that I had, I guess, were out. So the shopper substituted it for these sticks. I'm serious. These are sticks that you could have got a whooping with back in the day. They were so thick and long. I was like, what on earth? Hey, Nicole. You're 10 minutes north of San Francisco. Oh, my goodness. Did anything happen over there with that, the tsunami warnings last week? Did you get, like, crazy weather out there? We're not far from each other, Sue. Yes, this stuff works amazing with the fabric. What did Prima... Oh, so, y'all, I was so aggravated yesterday. So, you know I'm the most patient person there is, right? I've got more patience than anybody. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Nicole is on Creative Hour this Saturday, y'all. So, anyhow... So as soon as I got off of here, I started calling because I didn't want to email. It's hard to explain. There's 4 peepers and one piece has this piece and this piece has that piece. I wanted to speak to a human because I have, you know, 0 patience. I want my problem resolved. I know, Bubba's. I know. You want a phone case. I know. So... I tried calling them for an hour and a half straight, no lie. So they didn't close until 5:30 my time. So as soon as I got off of here, I tried to call them. They didn't pick up my call. Started calling them at 8:30. Nobody answered still. It kept putting me on hold for 3 minutes at a time. And you know Terry sat on hold every time for those 3 full minutes. So finally I emailed. And they said to me, thank you for bringing this to our attention. And that it could be a bigger problem. And that they're going to check. And they'll get back to me soon. Did I tell you guys how patient of a person I am? Yeah, I'm super patient. I'm going to work on my patience. Hopefully their soon and my soon line up. Mac. Hi, hi, Sandy Triplet. Or all of those shiny objects too. ADHD. I'm telling you. I seriously, every time they put me on hold, they put me on hold for 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm serious. I was on hold for 3 minutes and 10 seconds, probably. Well, add, you know, an hour and a half worth. And, oh, and if you're wondering why I didn't leave a message, because it said, this extension's voice box is full. You cannot leave a message. Please try again later. Thank you. Goodbye. So somebody needs to clear their voicemail. So I don't know. I feel bad because I don't know how many other retailers open their packs on, like, how many of those were sold? Because she's like, well, hopefully it was just those two. What are the chances? I got the two? Probably not. All right, let's dry this a little bit and then we'll get those edges off. We didn't have any crazy swells from the Tsunami Berry Comp. Okay, I know, like, the skies were really crazy. It was super windy, but we didn't get any rain or anything. So this is 3D Gloss Gel. It comes in a 16 fluid ounce, but it's out of stock. It's even out of stock with Prima, but I do carry it in the squeeze tubes, which actually is a little bit more convenient because you don't have, you can squeeze it out. But I did not like using these fabric tissues until I started using the 3D Gloss Gel. Now I love it because they're beautiful prints. And then now that they make these reversible, it's even better. Troy boy, are you okay? Sounded like he had a little reflux. All right, let's get this off. I am going to change and get a News 320. Are these all used and why haven't they been tossed? Oh no, that's the one that's kind of weird, doesn't fit. Don't forget, y'all, I'm having an auction this Sunday at 3 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. What the mamma jamma is happening here? Hi, Terry. Wow, 2 days in a row. Hi, Michelle Chastain. Did you open any more of the ones you have to check them? Yes, I did. So from each pack that I had, they were all wrong. The only one pack that was proper was the third one out of that first one that I opened. That's why I'm saying, like, no. She said two because I told her that I opened all three and two of the three were wrong. Okie dokie, artichokey. All right, and then we will put a layer of varnish. I am going to tell you guys Whenever you put varnish on top of the fabric paper, do not overwork the fabric tissue. What'll happen is if you do that, it'll start to ball up and you'll have like weird little, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if it's the tissue, but it's balling up. So literally what you want to do is you want to load your brush and do one swipe, if at all possible, only one swipe over that section and then let it dry. Once you've got your first layer on, then that's your barrier and you're good. But if you continue to go back and forth over that area on this fabric tissue, I will be upfront and honest and tell you that if you do this, you're going to get little balls of, I guess it's the tissue, and it's going to look horrible. It's not your varnish. It's not, it's the fabric. So what I'm going to tell you is, instead of, offloading here, load your brush, and then you just want to one swipe and be done. Okay. So if you have used these fabric tissues and you have found that it has done that to you and wondered why, and if you're doing something wrong, it's just you cannot overwork it. Literally, that's it. You need to be done. And then once you get this first layer to dry, then you're good. Then you're good to go. Then you can go over it and do your next coat. But yeah, you don't want to overwork it because I don't know what happens. Hey, but if you've got a piece of terry hair, which is totally disgusting, then get that off. Hi, Carol. Hi, Shonda. How are you? You didn't have a problem with the fabric tissues? Yeah, you're not going to have a problem with it. But if you, Troy, if you overwork it, it's going to ball up. It's just some type of reaction that it does with that fabric. I know, son. I know. You want a phone case. All right. So we are going to put this in front of the fan and let that dry. We need to figure out what trim we're going to put on there, because I do want to put a trim around that. But let's grab the birds back out here first. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him getting into Amazon. Oh, all right, and then that was just the satin bear varnish from Home Depot. Home Depot. All right, excuse me, baby boy. Por favor. Por favor. I know. I see it. All right, let's get the chirpies back. Can I help you? You're in my space, sir. Excuse me. Do you mind? Thank you kindly. All right, let's put that in front of the fan. Heavy body gel and 3D gloss gel. So they can both be used as glues. They can both be put through a stencil. They can both be colored. They can both be, they have a lot of similarities. However, I use heavy body gel strictly as a, what happened? Does she have your phone or something? I use heavy body gel strictly as a glue for anything, because it will hold glass, metal, anything together. But and I save the heavy body gel just for that. I glue my molds on with that, clay, resin, I even have used it on Woodjubin. But they have the same characteristics. You can use them as well. I just wouldn't use it. What happened? I don't see that she got you. Did you try to smack her? I wouldn't use heavy body gel to put down the tissue though, because I think it would be a little too sticky. She has something of yours. Oh, your watch. Yeah, you guys are worse than children, siblings. If you're new here, it's Crafting Chaos. Sorry. Yes, I do. I do them myself. Here you go. All right. I know, son. All right, so once I got this down, I didn't go over it with the polishing pad, so I'm just going to use the polishing pad. I did push it down with my hands, but I didn't go over it. Just like what we usually see, we don't see the halos here, right? Because this is on a lighter background, but I'm still going to make sure to burnish it down to make sure there's no air underneath. And then we do need to seal the front. I'm going to show you guys, where did they just see? I seen something fall. Was it the lace? It was. Now, I know this is white, but what I was thinking was getting the batik fabric dye and dyeing this black. And yes, I know the lock goes there, and I also know it covers a little bit of that. But what if we dyed that black? Is it hard for you guys to visualize because it's white? Hi, Connie. How are you? Yes, they are siblings. One is two-legged and one is four. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it was so funny because I heard, I was watching one of the gals I watch on YouTube yesterday, and her son was in the room with her, and he let out a noise, and she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that. And then he did something else to her, and she was like, I kid you not. These kids, she has twins, they don't bother me until I come on live. And then I come on here, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, gosh, I say that all the time about Troy. He doesn't bother me the whole time I'm down here. As soon as the intro music plays, he's acting all crazy, him and Onyx. Okay, so do you want me to make it? So let me show you, Onyx. Mama, you always lay right in front of the one that Grandma needs. So we do have a lot of fabric dyes. They didn't really take off very much, but it's batik fabric paint. And it's Pentart. I mean, if you really wanted it, I can get it. Let's put this in something and let's dye it. Let's see. What do I have that's not too big, but big enough? Is that too small? Probably. Let's get a little bit bigger. A little bigger one. Oy. Those of you who buy kits probably recognize these little jars. I have a ton of different sizes. That one will be good. So let's dye that black, and then we'll let it do its thing while we're doing the top coat on this. And I know y'all didn't think I was going to do that without gloves, did ya? Troy needs to come to Alabama and visit Me and Livy Lou. She's nonverbal and non-mobile. Oh my gosh, how cute. So I have to tell you guys a story, okay? Some of you who've been with me forever know this story. So you know when Troy was in his adult class, you know he's like a ladies' man, right? So all the gals, he loves all the gals, right? He'll like go sit next to you and smile at you and slyly try to grab your phone. Anyways, there was one of his little classmates. She was in a wheelchair. And Troy would like to go behind her in the wheelchair and push her around real fast. And he would be giggling and doing that laugh that he does. And she would just, Troy, stop! Troy, stop! Y'all, when the teacher told me that he was doing that to her, I was mortified. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Troy is such a boy, I tell you, such a boy. All right, don't get this on your hands. I am going to just use, when she told me he was doing that to her, oh my gosh, y'all. And she wasn't like, Troy could only go so fast. Well, he can get it, y'all. He moves fast when he wants to. But I keep going. Take off with her, go get into trouble. Knowing Troy, he'd wheel her down to the gas station, the Chevron on the corner, and go get his gummy savers. Look at that. Look at how black that. Oh, you guys can't even see because everything's black. But you see? So we're just going to dye that quick, fast, and in a hurry. If you don't have fabric dye, you can use paint. You guys have seen me paint fabric with my acrylics many a times and change the color. That'll work too. Just don't get it on you. Oh, he can boot scoot real quick. It always amazes me because you guys know when like somebody's chasing you, like you get like, oh, and you try to run. So I will try to grab something from off the porch if he's in the kitchen and somebody's delivered something. Yes, I do it. I will try to hurry up and grab something off the porch and run up the stairs and put it in my room before Troy can see. And he will be booking it right behind me. And I'm like, ugh! I get like, ugh! And I try to go faster up the stairs. And if you don't know me and you're not familiar with me, Troy can't go up the stairs freely. He has to hold on and go one step at a time. Man, that boy, he can get up the stairs quicker than I can. Chasing me up the stairs so he could see what the daggone Amazon truck brought, which was not for him. All right, so I'm just going to leave that like that because I can wash that out. And then let's dry that. Hi, Kay. Oh my gosh, Ashley thought when she was like, what was that? And I go, that's his laugh. When I said that he laughs like that, I'm serious when he goes, it's deep. I'm being serious. That's how he laughs. And she was cracking up. Because remember, he was in his birthday suit, and so she had to go with me to go put some clothes on the boy. I took the iPad with me up the stairs. Olivia would love that. Her dad, all her little cousins do that with her in her wagon. Oh my gosh! Oh, she sure would have probably been Loved roller coasters. Oh, then they would be two peas in a pod. He would crack up laughing, pushing her everywhere, and then she'd be cracking up laughing because she's getting a ride. Lord help you if your toes are in the way, though, because Choi Choi will run right over your toes, and if you go ouch, he'll start cracking up. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That would be so cute. Yeah, when they told me he was doing that to his classmate, y'all, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Yeah, you just start like, it's Choi. Why am I like nervous? Because he's chasing me. I don't know why, but I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm trying to go up the stairs. Onyx is trying to run up. Jack is trying to run up. I'm trying not to get tripped. But he can book it, man. He gets where he needs to go fast. All right. For the most part, it's dry. I'm just gonna kind of push it aside, and then let's get the varnish on top of the birds on the front there. Oh, a lot of good that did. All right. So let's get these guys, this one back, and we could probably, no, actually, I won't put that on until I get that on because I can screw that on top of there, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so do we want gloss? Well, no, we'll do the satin. We'll still do satin because this isn't, I mean, it's shiny, but it's not high gloss. And then let's get a brusha. I want a soft brush. I have some redesigned decoupage decor tissue paper. Could I use that? That's exactly what this is. I just have a mess on my desk. So that's exactly what this is. This is the redesign the decor tissue. I carry it in my store. It's this one. So that's exactly what this is. And yes, I love the 3D gloss gel. Like I said, I just have always felt, so I use decoupage varnish and glue matte from Pentart. And I didn't like using it on there because I felt like it would make it too wet, like I had to use too much. It just wouldn't go down. I've done it even on my channel, and the struggle was real. I didn't enjoy using it at all. And then I started using it with the 3D gloss gel and working with it more as I was a retailer. I was like, well, got to figure out something with these. And so now I've gotten people to use the 3D gloss gel, and I think everybody that has switched over to using it, putting it down with the 3D gloss gel, has really enjoyed using that a lot more than like a Mod Podge or decoupage varnish and glue or anything like that. Okay, I see a bubble here, y'all, so hold on. Okay. So we definitely don't want bubbles in our transfers because it will dry out and then it will flake off, right? So that's the same reason why I talked about yesterday, why you don't want to save your transfers. You want to use them because there's, they don't have an infinite shelf life. All right. Can I put that in the wall? Let me see something. Yeah, I'm going to want to use fabric, a fabric topper for the sides. Oh my goodness, Mod Podge has, when I first met Nicole and before, hi Patty, before she knew much about print art at all, I sent her a bunch of stuff, and decoupage varnish and glue was one of them. I was like, please, you have to stop using Mod Podge. You have to know that it stinks, right? She's like, no, I don't smell it anymore, I guess. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, that it has just the strongest smell. Now, whenever she opens it, she notices the smell. I guess it's like with anything though, when you use something so often, you don't really notice, Thank you, Miss Edie. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did I miss what tissue paper you were asking about? I thought you were saying fabric tissue from Redesign. You're talking about their tissue paper, like the one that has been discontinued, the stuff that they used to have, Sue? That, if that's what you're talking about, let me see. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Are you talking about their old tissue paper, like this one? Because this is bona fide rice paper. Like this has the fibers and whatnot. All right, so let's see. All right. I'm going to be mad. Hold on, let's just, it's not coming off on me, but you watch. I put it down on here. It's going to come off on this. Oh, I like it, y'all. Look. I think it looks cute. Oh, okay. The old tubes. Yes. So those are the same exact ones as the fiber tissue that I'm using. So you're talking about these tubes, yeah? Yeah, so these are the same thing. So it's, I guess I didn't even really notice that, Sue. So yes, I guess they do call it decoupage fiber, and they did call it decor tissue, but it's pretty much, it's exactly the same. So yes, I would definitely, for this stuff, I would use the 3D gouache gel. This is, like I said, I've tried this for years, and I never enjoyed using it because I didn't like using the stuff I was using until I tried the 3D gouache gel. Okay. Yeah, that's what Nicole calls it too, is a dryer sheet. Hi, Papas. I know. All right, so let's get... I don't want to do... Oh, I guess I could actually cut off one, because it would be pretty even if I did that. All right, let's cut one off. Did we use that anywhere? I don't know. Alrighty then. Oops, PT time, y'all. And then when we put the lock on there, oh yes, I like it. You're welcome, Sue. Hi, Merritt. You called me when I was just barely getting out of the shower, and then I seen your message when I was getting ready. No, there is not. You want one of these right in the kisser. I don't have anything for you today. Stop making me look bad. I didn't order one for you today. I know, son. Tomorrow. I will get one for you tomorrow. But no, there is not anything new. All right. So. I don't want heavy body gel on my hands. I really liked it too, and this actually fell out of the drawer because I was pulling some stuff out, and it was already cut to that length and everything, and I said, meant to be. It was meant to be. Okay, you guys know the trick where I put the glue on the back of my hand, and then I usually stamp it in there, but Finnabear does it all the time. I've told you guys many times, I don't like heavy body gel on my hands. I don't like it. So heavy body gel is my glue of choice. Yeah, you guys know by now. So I'm just going to take out, and heavy body gel Pintart, heavy body gel Finnabear. I love them both. I tend to use the heavy body gel from Finnabear more because the other one has been out of stock, but now I do have the 230 mils of the Pintart back in stock. If you're wondering what I'm doing, it's just as if I were to put this on the back of my hand. I don't want to put it on my hand, is why I'm doing it. You're obsessed with Finnabear? I love Finnabear. Okay, so instead of trying to put glue on every little bitty bit, I would usually put the glue on the back of my hand and then just stamp it on my hand. But there's just something about this heavy body gel. I can't get it off of my hands very easily. I don't know if it's just me and I'm just a weirdo. Well, I've been told I'm a weirdo, but I can't get it off of my hands. I don't know why. Like, it'll stay on for days. I gotta get like a nail file and file it off. All right, so we're just going to come up here. There you go. And I'm going to get my bone folder. My bone folder. Where is my bone folder? I know you're here because you were out here the other day. Which we might end up having to cut some more length off, but we'll see. Looks like I didn't stamp it in well enough over here. Don't use that, Terry, you goober. You use Skin So Soft? See? It's, I don't know. And you know Finn, Sue. She sticks her fingers right in it, and I don't know, but I told you guys, she's told me before. She's like, Terry, that's why I don't get my nails manicured. I'm like, yeah, but seriously. All right, I must not have stamped it in well enough, and I could tell you why. It's because I was holding that in and didn't want to get it out of my fingers. All right, and then I'm just going to make sure that it's straight, because y'all know I'm not very fond of the wobbly look. And it will dry transparent, so and then I really want to make sure the edges are down. So I'm going to put a little more there. And then let's push that into the seam there as much as we can. All right. Okay, I like it, y'all. See, it just a little something. Why do I see more on that side than the other side? Because it's wobbly. Hi, Natalie. I don't know, Kathy. I'm not fond of the, what is it, stick fast either. But at least this one is like a slow burn. Like this one, you know, like it's not, you get it on your hands and you don't feel it's gonna stick everything together so quickly. Stick fast, you know, I told you guys, as soon as I take the lid off of stick fast, I feel like my fingers all stick together. I would probably rate stick fast still the worst, and then this a close second as far as getting it on my hands. Okay, I like it a lot. Now, I don't think, you guys can tell me, I don't know that a whole lot needs to be done. Anything else? I don't know. So we've got the bird. Is that, I will say this is Pops. Pops is on the side. Mom is on the front. And the babies are on the back. But I don't think we need to do much more to it. Do you guys? Once the heavy body gel sets and is good to go, then I will put the lock back on it. which, because this has so many little holes, it'll be fine. I'll be able to get the screw and the other part of the mechanic on there, but I don't think I need to do a whole bunch to it. We got the whole family, y'all. All right, let's put it down. I'm gonna put the lace or whatever this is in front of the, we'll change places and put this in front of the fan now. And let's get out our little doo-woppy. Although that's gonna block me, and I'm hot. I'm always hot. What's new? Okie dokie, artichokey. All right, so I think we need to go into the woodgie bin boxes, and we need to find us a trim. But do we need to find the, yeah, because I wanted to put a trim up here as well. So hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. So let's see here. Is this one going to be, I do have a woodgie bin discount. I think this one is too wide, no? Hold on. Hold on. All right, why are you so concerned about that top right now? What are you going to do on the sides? Because I'm thinking. I kind of like that on there. Decisions. See, but this is the one that I thought, but that's going to be too tiny up at the top, maybe. Oh, boy. Sue's about to yell at me. Take it easy, Sue. Take it easy. All right, let's see. I kind of like the rope. And we don't need it to be all kind of fancy schmancy. I'm thinking like, let's, Terry, slow your brain down. Slow your brain down. Okay, this is going to be 731, obviously. Oh, you guys. So I transferred, because you guys know I have 4 boxes of woodgie bin over here. And I transferred 2 of them into this big old basket. And I found a bunch of these again. So if you're wanting these to make ornaments out of these for Christmas or whatever, if you're wanting these, I have them in different shapes and sizes. Let me know. And if I'm sending you happy mail, I will put them in your happy mail. Let's warm this up and see. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's use one of these. I'll put my woodgie bin discount up on the screen, but it is also in the description. It's TERI 10 with the percentage sign, just like this. You cannot double stack it, so if something is on sale, you cannot use the discount code. Well, you can use the discount code, but it's not going to take it off of the sale items. Hi, Brenda. Already shutting down. All right, let's look. Do we go simple with just a little rope? You know, not too thick, but gives us a little border. Yeah. Or Let's see if I don't gotta take down the other 2 boxes to get to this, though. I hate to use this one because this one is called like Leaves and Berries, and they discontinued this one. I don't like when they do that. I kind of like the simple. Do we like Dropbox? What? Who's sending me a Dropbox? Don't send me a Dropbox. Do we like the simple, just rope? What is in there? Is there glue in there? Is that why? Where's my other glue holder? Man, I have issues. Well, well, we already knew that. Hold on. There's dried glue in here, which is odd, because I usually always clean this out for this reason, because this thing likes to leak, which is annoying. Whenever you do use wood bin, you do want to use a good wood glue. You want to avoid using hot glue because you want it to lay flat. What on earth? You know, these two must have been upside down. Like this must have been in this. See, pokey tool. Gotta have your pokey tool. All right. Any hootin' nanny. I'm trying to decide if I want to wrap this Mama Jamma all the way around, which we all know that would look better if we wrapped it. But that means I'm literally going to be wrapped up in wood bin. So you want to heat your wood bin before and after. And whenever you're done with a trim, you always want to heat it back up and recoil it, because if you leave it like this, it is going to snap. The thinner the wood bin is, the easier it is, obviously, for it to heat up, but then it also does cool a lot quicker. I'm going to recoil it just for a second so I can heat up the entire thing and then try to get it all the way around. Hopefully this piece is enough. So what are you all having for dinner today? Because I don't know what to cook tonight, y'all. So I had Parmesan crusted chicken. I had just regular chicken on the grill. And then we had steak kebabs. I have no idea what to make for tonight. But I'm really, 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 really trying to stop spending a gajillion dollars every month on DoorDash. Because it literally is a gajillion dollars every month. Seriously. So, could you imagine how much money I could save if I just cooked every night instead of just some of the nights? All right. So, I am actually going to, thankfully, it was enough to go all the way around. I'm just going to let it do its thing for a minute and then be very careful as I'm working with it because it's going to cool down very quickly in this shape. And I've got to be careful that I don't snap it. But if I do, it's not really the end of the world because you can almost fuse would you bend together. Where's my other spatula? I'll just use this one. Hi, Marilyn. What's that? What's that? Brenda, what is that? Roast in the crock now. Oh. Leftovers. Egg salad sandwich. I love me an egg salad sandwich. So does Troy. I actually have some already in Tupperware made. I made some earlier this week. Deciding what to make with the meals is the hardest part of making meals. Deciding what to make with, like the sides and stuff. Marilyn, how are you? All right, where am I going to start? Let's just start here and am I going to work that way? Guess I'm going to work that way. You tell him, Troy. Who you yelling at? Probably me. Never mind. All right, and then when you are using one entire piece, it's always a good idea to really, make sure your corners have a good amount of glue on there. And then I hear your little pitter patters coming. Yep, there you are. I'm going to kind of be careful and put it back in the little spot. All right. And then we're going to heat this and get this down. Hi, Carrie. Thank you. I seen that you subscribed on my YouTube, Carrie. Thank you so much. All right, and then you guys know, just like the wobbly wobblies, I don't like when there is space in there. So I'm going to get that down and then we'll straighten it out. I know it's very wobbly. Okay, and then this is the annoying part when I use wood you bin because I gotta leave my dryer on so I don't have to keep turning it off and on. So I don't like there to be a gap between the surface and the wood bin. And it looks like I'm not high enough, but the paper is actually above the doggone side there. Which, I guess I didn't gator that off enough. So we'll have to figure that out in a minute. All right. And then let's try to heat that up over here, especially the corner. You want to heat that corner up really well because you don't want it to bust. And then I am going to pull it taut just a little bit so I can make sure I can squeeze that corner. Hi, baby. Oh, do you guys watch Wednesday? The new season is out on Netflix. If you do, yeah, that's annoying. Why didn't I get the paper off? That sounds really weird. All right. And then I am going to heat this up for just a second so I can kind of pull it away so I can put the glue on the other two sides. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Miss Linda. How are you? All right, but I don't want it to do that. So let's not burn myself on that hot gun over there. And then let's get see that thing that I was pushing down earlier, it's back. So I'm gonna have to take the top off afterwards and clean this out. All right, and then let's get this side. And I'm gonna put a lot of glue right there so that way I can heat that corner back up and pull it back a little bit and make sure there's a lot of glue in that corner so I can squeeze that corner tight. There we go. So I'm gonna heat that up and pull it back. All right. Now I'm gonna pull it taut just a little bit so I can get that corner there. All right. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. It's out. I just noticed it today, so yeah, because they do Thursdays, right? That's when Netflix does. I don't know why, but I think it's for some reason I feel like I remember they do release the new stuff on Thursdays. Maybe I made that up. I am pulling it taut. You know your wood bin does stretch. So I'm pulling it taut as I'm heating it because I don't want the corners to come away and then there to be space. I can't stand it when I look and there's space between the wood bin and the piece. I think it just looks horrible, actually. All right, and now before that dries too much, I am going to take a wipe and get that off now, even though it does dry transparent. All right, Now let's figure out what's going on over here. I'm probably going to, do I need them both, y'all? I don't know if I need both of these. No, I don't, because that'll stretch. Wednesday. The new season of Wednesday. I can't wait till I go pick up Trevor. I have to tell him. Because it was supposed to come out last year, and then they had the whole, strike and all of that. So, then they pushed it. Oh, no. Hold on. You got to really heat up that corner. And same thing, I'm going to pull that taut. Whoa. Okay. I wasn't sure if I could cut this piece or not, so I know it looks like we've got a problem over here, but hold on. Hold on a minute. I'm going to make that really, really, really soft. Actually, what do I want to do? No, I want the corners to be seamless. So I'm actually going to cut that back a little bit. Okay. Never do mine, never do mine, never do mine. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. We're going to fold these both over. It's going to be a little wacky a minute. It's going to look a little wacky. But I am going to put one right on top of the other. And I'm going to cut them both. All right. Because I want that corner to be seamless. So I am going to run the glue that's on here back. All right. Let's squeeze that. Really heat up this corner. Put that down. You guys watched me cut that, but you see how it's stretched? So I actually needed to cut some more off of there. And then no one will ever know, except for all the glue that's spurting out. Okay, now let's give it a squeeze and I'll show you what we got. So heating it obviously before makes it so that it's pliable, and then it's recommended always to heat it when you get it on so that way it adheres really well. So just like whenever I've showed you guys how to miter and you put the pieces right on top of itself, so that way it gives you that seamless, hello, focus. There you go. So that way it will give you that seamless, blend. So similar to mitering, that's why I put it right on top of itself. And then I cut it. And then you can barely tell, you guys can see it, but if we actually heat that up, I've noticed Woodjubin does this really cool thing where it actually will fuse together. And then you guys know if you have any like gap or anything like that that you want to close, you can always use that stuff from Ranger that I always recommend. But it so happened that it lined up really well. All right, so now our corners, it looks like everything is making contact. Like I said, the paper actually comes up higher and is sitting on this top part. That's why it looks like it's lower, but it's not. All right, let's put this in the water. In the water. And my pokey tool in the water as well. I'll clean that off afterwards. Hi, Cynthia Diane. How are ya? Santa Fe salad. Wait, I missed it. Did she tell me what that was? That she ribs, baked potato, and spinach. Oh. But wait, an Asian style salad with chicken and spring. Why do you only have one shoe on? ¿Por qué? Why? Is there something on your sock or something? All right, what time do we got? Okay, so now we got to figure out what color to paint this. ¿Por qué? Why? Georgia only has one shoe on. Look. I know the paper is really beautiful. So this one is Blossom Perch. I'm trying to think. We don't want any crazy color on there because I don't want to take away from the paper by any means. Do we... I'm almost thinking we have to go with a... kind of like that beigey color that we did on the box almost. Kind of a neutral color. Hold on to mommy. You gonna hold on to the chair? Okay, push. You gotta push your foot down. Because we don't want any crazy colors on there. I am looking... I'm looking at an ochre, but I think the ochre is too dark. Unless we knocked it down. We could knock down. This actually is like mustard yellow. I don't want to do a matchy-matchy. I don't want to do the green. This one is white coffee. Hey, can I help you? Can I help you? A light peachy color? Yeah, something light, right? Let's see. This one is called cappuccino, but it's, I don't know, my cappuccino's not that color. And then, ooh, this is like a light peach. This is called apricot. Apricot. I like that one. Do we like that one? Hold on, wait a minute. Crushed ahi tuna wraps. Oh, I'm hungry. Did I eat dinner last night? I don't know if I ate dinner. Did I eat dinner? Now, I know I cooked, but I don't think I really ate dinner. I think I ate vegetables. See, this is how the glue gets stuck in there, and then it dries in there because I don't do this. And I gotta clean that out, so let's put that in the water. Get these out of here. Why do you only have one shoe on? I left way too hard. You laughed way. He came over here with one shoe. I don't know. I like the peachy color. This one, right? I don't know. I like cappuccino too. Cappuccino. Oh, they look the same to you guys, don't they? They're not. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's my spoonie? Where's my psychedelic spoon? Oh, you have your thingy on there. That one almost looks... I actually think I like the cappuccino. I think it's hard for you guys to see because of all my lights. I'm talking into my car and driving. That's okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. But he did. He only came over here with one shoe. One shoe on, one shoe off. Okay, this is the... Oh, man. We're going to have to paint 17 million coats. Is it? That's the apricot. Which will need at least 2 coats because it's light. What is that? Japanese? Hi, Troy. Did you change the language on your phone? And then this is the cappuccino. Which is actually giving off a peachy tone. More so than that one is. Yeah, I figured they look... Come now. I figured they... Because I can tell over here, they look the same. Ha! Like you know what's over here. On Facebook, on my big screen over here, I can tell it looks the same. Sorry, Connie. She's like, yeah, I know exactly where over here is, Terry. Yeah, bozo. Yes, inside, yes, I will paint the inside sections as well. This color, the cappuccino, I don't... on my screen over here, the color is coming true. So let's see if you guys can see like this. So over here is the cappuccino, and then the lighter one is the apricot. Cappuccino, 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 cappuccino. All right, the 86 to apricot. You got 86, bro. Get out of here. All right. Oh, ha! You're too close. Back up. Hey. All up in my business. Y'all was all up in my business. Now, I did put varnish. I put only one layer of varnish, though. Troy James. Troy James. Are you okay? Hi, son. You trying to give me a heart attack? Oh, this kid. He's okay. So something went crash, boom, bang, and then I go around the corner and he's on the floor. He meant to be on the floor. He's trying to plug in his laptop charger cord and he knocked over his laptop. Well, I think the whole back side of my head is gray now after that. You know, the sides are already gray. Now the back side's probably all gray. Gee, my knees. So, picture this. I go around the corner, and he's on his hands and knees, right? So I think he falls, and I go, Troy, are you okay? And he looks back at me like this. And crawls back over to the plug. Whew. I was bugging him. That was the look I was trying to relay to you. Was he looked at me like, yeah, I'm fine. Can you go away? Mm-hmm. That was the look I just received. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Meanwhile, probably got 7 million more gray hairs in the back. It's all right. It's okay. But you guys also know that we will be putting, you know, we have to bring out the design of the trim. So we will be putting some type of gel or paste or something in here, right? Antiquing paste or antiquing gel. And then, of course, we'll have to put some waxes and whatnot. So this is the base color to all of that. I'm not being really picky about getting so close down here right now with you all, but I will get down with one of my small detail brushes, but I'm trying to save you guys from watching paint dry and just trying to give you the gist of it. I will paint the inside as well. However, I am going to need to go in there and sand that first because the inside feels just like the outside prior to us putting the fabric tissue on there. There's a ton of paint. Okay. Oh, heck no. No. No, ma'am. Hold on. This corner is janky. Hold on. Hold, please. Yeah, no, he didn't get hurt. But rounding the corner and then seeing Troy on the ground always makes your heart sink a little bit, you know? Because I've told you all before, he doesn't have those reflexes to stop him from falling. So I don't know if you guys can. That corner is too high, so I'm pushing it down. Usually, if you need to move your wood bin, I know especially with Titebond, you can still typically heat it up and move it. Obviously, like if I would seen that tomorrow and tried to do that tomorrow, it would have set and there would have been no way. But now it's fine. Now it's not above the wood. So I'm just going to sand that back a little bit. I'm not talking to you. You give me a heart attack. There we go. Now, is that just a lot of glue or is that side janky too? I don't feel it above the ridge, so I think it's just a lot of glue. Why you did that? Why you scared me? That's not nice. You scared me. Why you scared me? You gotta hold this. That's your job. You hold that, and I get this. You scared me. I got you. I'm a typer. I'm a fast one finger typer. There you go. I got you. Look. It's on there. Is that an orchid? Aw, that's mommy's favorite. Dame besitos. Okay, scram. I'm kidding. Not that he listens to me anyways. You see he's still here. I did. See, you didn't even notice I put it on. You were already yelling at me and I put it on before you even started yelling at me. Dang. Thank you. You're so kind. I appreciate you. I was sitting on it. I was sitting on it because you keep coming over here and pushing all the buttons. Oh, y'all. Oh, no. I thought redesign was answering me. It's not. I was going to live and in person give you the response, but they're not answering me. It's a different email. I like it. And then once we get, like I said, the antiquing paste and stuff on there, I think that's going to look nice. And once all of this is painted, but again, I'll paint the tops just so we can, you know, kind of see, but I will need to get in there and sand all of that. And I will just probably take my electric sander or my battery operated sander and put it in there because it does not feel nice. Again, I don't know if they changed the wood or they just stopped doing the finishing sanding, but these feel different than the ones that I used to get. And you all know we've done quite a few of these. News break. Man arrested. I'm surprised they haven't booted me yet. This is about the time I get booted. This actually would be pretty, like if you did little plants in here. If you did, put the little pots and just put plants or pretty flowers and have it like in your window. That would be pretty too. If I could keep a plant alive, I might actually do that, but I cannot. I cannot keep a plant alive for nothing. I've tried. My mom was amazing. We always had tons and tons of plants. And every week, part of my chores was to put mayo on the leaves. I'm not quite sure what mayo does for plants, but I know it made the leaves shiny. But she would make me put mayo on the leaves every week. You dusted? Really? So if you subscribe to me on YouTube and you click the little bell on the right hand side and you change the notifications to all, it will notify you 30 minutes prior to me going live. And then if you have my Telegram, I personally notify you 15 minutes prior to going live. Because I never get notifications and have not gotten notifications of anybody live in well over a year. I don't even get notifications on the pages that I'm an admin on, which, good Lord have mercy, I'm on a lot of pages. I don't even get notifications when those pages post or they're live. But I get a notification when I go live, me, myself, on YouTube. I get my own notifications, which I think is hilarious. Hi, Robin. It does, doesn't it? It does make it pop a little bit more because it's lighter. What is that? And why is it stuck on there? Come on, come off. What is that? I like it. Good choice. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to sand in there, which I will knock that out off camera because I could do that very quickly with my hand sander. And then I will paint in there with the Posh Talk brush with this one. So I can get all in the corners really quickly, but I won't make you guys suffer through that. And then tomorrow when we come back, all we have to do is the depth, the dimension, and the highlights. And then figure out if we want anything on the tops here. You guys know I like to put like the little bitty corners or the filigree or something. Maybe put little filigree corners up here because, you know, I don't know. I think it's just a cute little touch. So I have a bunch of those that we can maybe put on there and then take a look at everything else. Oh, I'll also hand sand the bottom because see that really, maybe it's not coming across, but it is so rough. If I were to go like this, I'm sure to get a splinter. I'm sure to get one. I don't know. They changed something in their wood or their process. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. If you weren't here when we kind of switched over at the beginning, I did get the birdies on the box. Or the birdie. There we go. The birdie on the box, it did come away from the transfer. And then this was white, and we used the batik. Sorry, guys. I'm either smacking you guys around over here, or I'm throwing you guys around over here. We used the batik to dye this, which, Mamma mia. Oh, it's over here. I was like, good Lord, I need to find that because, Onyx gets that, and she will no longer be a white fur. And then all I need to do is put this back on. So I will screw that back on, which one screw is right there. Oh, that's what that other screw is. I was wondering what this other screw was way over there. Okay, well, now they're both there. Don't mind them. So this is done, and we decided that, do you guys mind? We decided that it didn't really need too much more. Do you mind? Oh, gosh, it's like romper room around here, man. So, that's that. I really like the little touch. I think it's cute. It's just a little something, something. And then if you missed it, this is a 3-part wine box. But if you guys also remember, I've had a few of these. I've done a few of these. And a couple of people have said that they use that for different stuff. One of them said that she puts her hot tools in here, like she stores her curling irons and straight irons in here in her bathroom. And then somebody else was saying that there was something else they used it for. That needs to be painted black. I'm glad I opened that. So I will paint that black. I don't know why it wasn't paint. Oh, they put the material up here. So I need to paint that up there black. When I put the lock back on. But so we said we had the mom, we have the dad, and we have the babies, and then the other side just had the little flower. But this will be in the auction on Sunday. So yes, auction Sunday, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. The other stuff will be on here out there too. But you know, as long as it makes the cut, because I go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, and if there's something I don't like, it's not in the auction. So, you know, we'll see. Feeties. We'll put feeties on it tomorrow. That's kind of crazy. I know what. You get notifications when you're live too on Facebook? We'll put feeties. I have corner feeties. We could put feeties on her tomorrow. We will definitely put feeties on her tomorrow. Yes, feeties. We haven't used feeties in forever. Feeties. We'll put feeties on it tomorrow. But anyways, I need to figure out what I'm having for dinner because I really don't want to order anything because it's so expensive. You guys, if I told you guys how much I spend every month, you guys would go, what? I need to cook. I just hate, look, after I get off of here, I got to go pick up Trevor. I got to cook. I got to pack orders. I got to get Troy in the bath. Got to get Troy in the bed. And then I got to get Troy in the bed again. And then I got to get Troy in the bed again. And then I got to get Troy in the bed again. And then in between all that, I got to sleep somewhere. And then it all starts all over again. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I've been here all week almost. Have I been here all week? Almost. We're on a roll. See you tomorrow.